Have you ever had that strange feeling that something big is happening all around you? Something that's been in the works for a long time, but only now are the pieces starting to fall into place. What if I told you that Edgar Cayce, often called the sleeping prophet, predicted these very moments we're living in right now? It's almost eerie to think that the world, with all its chaos and change, is exactly what he foresaw decades ago. But here's the thing. These aren't just predictions for the world at large. They're about us, about you and me. As we explore Cayce's prophecies together, you'll see just how deeply they touch our lives, our choices, and our future. It's like we're part of a story that was written long before we were even born, and now we're living in the chapters that Cayce himself envisioned. So let's sit down, take a breath, and really dig into what's happening. Because once you see it, you won't be able to unsee it. First, let's take a moment to understand who Edgar Cayce was. Born in 1877, Cayce was an ordinary man from Kentucky who became famous for his extraordinary ability to enter a self-induced trance and provide detailed answers to complex questions. These questions ranged from health and healing to future events and spiritual guidance. Over the course of his life, Cayce gave more than 14,000 readings, many of which were meticulously documented. His predictions have become a source of endless intrigue and speculation, especially as more and more of them seem to come true. Now that we have a sense of who Edgar Cayce was and the profound impact his work has had, let's dive into some of the predictions that have kept his legacy alive. Cayce wasn't just a man with mysterious abilities. He was someone who seemed to see the world from a higher perspective, revealing patterns and events that have left many of us in awe. So what exactly did Cayce predict? Let's begin by exploring one of his most compelling prophecies. 1. The predicted rise and fall of nations. One of Edgar Cayce's most striking predictions was the rise and fall of nations, a vision that extends beyond mere political shifts to touch on deeper spiritual and moral dimensions. According to Cayce, the destiny of nations is not solely determined by military power, economic strength, or political influence, but by the moral and spiritual fiber of their people. He suggested that nations thriving on values such as compassion, justice, and integrity would flourish, while those steeped in corruption, greed, and moral decay would eventually face decline. Cayce's prophecies hinted at a time when traditional powers would lose their dominance, making way for emerging nations to take the global stage. This prediction is particularly relevant in today's world, where we observe a significant shift in the geopolitical landscape. For instance, the economic and political challenges faced by long-standing superpowers are contrasted by the rapid rise of countries that were once considered developing nations. This shift is not merely about wealth or military strength, but reflects deeper societal changes, including shifts in cultural values, innovation, and collective consciousness. Moreover, Cayce emphasized that the fate of a nation is deeply intertwined with its people's spiritual well-being. He warned that nations that stray from ethical and spiritual principles, focusing solely on material gain, would experience turmoil and eventual decline. In contrast, those that prioritize the well-being of their citizens, uphold justice, and cultivate a sense of unity and purpose would prosper. This perspective offers a lens through which to view current global events, where issues such as corruption, inequality, and environmental degradation threaten the stability of various nations. In today's context, we can see how Cayce's predictions resonate with ongoing global developments. The economic instability in traditionally powerful nations, such as the struggles within the European Union and the challenges facing the United States, contrasts with the rise of new powers like China and India. These nations, while facing their own challenges, are increasingly asserting their influence on the world stage. This shift could be seen as part of the broader cycle of rise and fall that Cayce envisioned. Furthermore, Cayce's insights encourage us to reflect on the importance of moral leadership in shaping a nation's future. As we witness the rise of authoritarian regimes, growing nationalism, and the erosion of democratic values in some parts of the world, the question arises, Are these nations on a path that leads to growth or decline? Cayce's predictions suggest that only those nations that align with higher spiritual values will ultimately thrive, making this an essential consideration for both leaders and citizens alike. Speaking of aligning with powerful forces, if you're interested in discovering how to attract significant wealth effortlessly starting today, take a moment to check out the link in the comments below. You'll uncover shocking wealth secrets shared by a rogue NASA scientist, secrets that could transform your financial future. But for now, let's keep moving forward and explore more of Cayce's extraordinary predictions. 2. Climate change and earth changes. Edgar Cayce's predictions about climate change and earth changes are some of the most compelling aspects of his prophetic work, particularly because they predate modern scientific understanding by decades. Long before climate change became a global concern, Cayce warned of significant earth changes, including dramatic shifts in weather patterns, rising sea levels, and the melting of polar ice caps. These predictions, which may have seemed outlandish at the time, now eerily echo the scientific consensus on climate change. Cayce spoke of a future where the Earth's axis would shift, leading to catastrophic changes in the climate. This prediction aligns with current scientific theories about the potential consequences of climate change, such as the destabilization of polar ice caps, which could lead to shifts in the Earth's rotational axis. While these shifts might be subtle, they could have profound effects on global weather patterns, contributing to the extreme weather events we are witnessing today. The increasing frequency and intensity of natural disasters, such as hurricanes, floods, wildfires, and droughts, seem to confirm Cayce's warnings. Scientists have noted that these events are becoming more common as global temperatures rise, leading to more unpredictable and severe weather conditions. Cayce also predicted that entire regions would become uninhabitable due to these changes, a scenario that is becoming more plausible as we witness rising sea levels threatening coastal cities and extreme heat rendering parts of the world uninhabitable. Moreover, Cayce's prophecies extend beyond just predicting the physical changes to our planet. He also emphasized the spiritual implications of these earth changes, suggesting that they were part of a broader cosmic shift, reflecting humanity's collective consciousness. According to Cayce, these events are not merely random occurrences, but are connected to the spiritual evolution of humanity. He believed that as humanity's consciousness evolves, so too does the Earth, responding to the energy we collectively project. This perspective offers a deeper understanding of the current climate crisis. It suggests that our environmental challenges are not just technical or scientific problems to be solved, but are also deeply connected to our spiritual and moral development. As we continue to exploit natural resources, pollute the environment, and ignore the interconnectedness of all life on Earth, we are contributing to the very changes Cayce warned about. Conversely, by embracing sustainable practices, fostering a sense of global responsibility, and prioritizing the well-being of the planet, we can potentially mitigate some of these effects. Cayce also predicted that these Earth changes would lead to the discovery of new lands and the emergence of lost civilizations. This ties into the broader theme of renewal and rebirth that runs throughout his prophecies. Just as the Earth undergoes transformation, so too does humanity, with each disaster serving as a catalyst for spiritual growth and a reminder of our connection to the planet. 3. The return of lost knowledge. Edgar Cayce's prediction of the return of lost knowledge is one of the most intriguing aspects of his prophecies, as it suggests a future where humanity rediscovers ancient wisdom that has been lost to time. Cayce believed that this lost knowledge, once uncovered, would revolutionize our understanding of science, spirituality, and the universe, leading to a new era of enlightenment and advancement. Cayce's vision includes the rediscovery of advanced knowledge from ancient civilizations, such as Atlantis and Lemuria. According to Cayce, these civilizations possess technologies and spiritual insights far beyond what we currently understand. He predicted that remnants of these civilizations would be discovered in the coming years, leading to a resurgence of ancient wisdom that would challenge and expand our current paradigms. In recent years, there has been a growing interest in ancient history and archaeology, with new discoveries shedding light on the advanced capabilities of early civilizations. For example, the discovery of Göbekli Tepe, a site in Turkey dating back over 12,000 years, has challenged our understanding of prehistoric cultures. This site, with its sophisticated architecture and astronomical alignments, suggests that ancient people possessed advanced knowledge of engineering and astronomy long before the advent of modern civilization. Similarly, ongoing research into the Great Pyramids of Egypt and the ancient structures of South America continues to reveal complexities that suggest a far greater understanding of the natural world than previously thought. Cayce also predicted that the return of lost knowledge would coincide with a spiritual awakening among humanity. As we uncover these ancient truths, we are not just rediscovering technical or scientific knowledge, but also reconnecting with a deeper spiritual wisdom. This wisdom, according to Cayce, will help humanity navigate the challenges of the modern world, offering guidance on how to live in harmony with the earth and each other. This prophecy is particularly relevant in today's world, where there is a growing movement towards exploring alternative forms of knowledge and spirituality. From the resurgence of interest in meditation, yoga, and holistic healing practices to the increasing exploration of ancient texts and spiritual teachings, it seems that humanity is indeed on a path of rediscovery. This shift towards integrating ancient wisdom with modern life can be seen as a fulfillment of Cayce's vision, as more people seek to balance technological advancement with spiritual growth. Furthermore, Cayce's predictions suggest that this return of lost knowledge will not only impact individual lives, but also transform societies. He foresaw a time when this wisdom would influence every aspect of human life, from healthcare and education to governance and technology. This new era, according to Cayce, would be marked by a profound understanding of the interconnectedness of all life, leading to a more compassionate and just world. As we look at the rapid advancements in science and technology today, coupled with the growing interest in ancient wisdom, it's tempting to see these developments as part of the broader fulfillment of Cayce's prophecy. The merging of cutting-edge science with spiritual insights, such as the exploration of consciousness and the study of quantum physics, points to a future where the boundaries between science and spirituality blur, leading to a more holistic understanding of reality. 4. Spiritual awakening and human consciousness. Edgar Cayce's insights into the evolution of human consciousness remain one of his most profound and enduring legacies. He predicted a time when humanity would undergo a significant spiritual awakening, a collective shift that would elevate human consciousness to unprecedented levels. This awakening, according to Cayce, would lead to a deeper understanding of our connection to the divine, to one another, and to the universe as a whole. Today, we witness the beginnings of such a shift. There is a growing movement toward mindfulness, meditation, and the pursuit of spiritual knowledge. People around the world are increasingly seeking to understand their purpose in life and their place in the grand scheme of the cosmos. This yearning for deeper meaning is not confined to any one culture or religion, but is a global phenomenon. The rise of spiritual practices, both ancient and modern, reflects a collective desire to reconnect with something greater than ourselves. Cayce's predictions align with this contemporary movement toward spiritual growth and consciousness expansion. The increasing popularity of practices like yoga, meditation, and energy healing suggests a widespread recognition of the interconnectedness of mind, body, and spirit. These practices encourage individuals to explore their inner worlds, fostering a sense of inner peace and clarity that transcends the material concerns of daily life. Moreover, Cayce spoke of a future where humanity would begin to embrace a more holistic understanding of existence. This involves recognizing that our thoughts, emotions, and intentions have a profound impact on our reality. Modern science is beginning to catch up with this ancient wisdom, as studies in quantum physics and consciousness research suggest that the mind plays a key role in shaping our experience of the world. This shift from a purely materialistic worldview to one that acknowledges the power of consciousness is a crucial aspect of the spiritual awakening that Cayce envisioned. This evolution in consciousness is not without its challenges. As people awaken to their true nature, they may confront aspects of themselves and their lives that no longer serve their higher purpose. This process of shedding old beliefs and patterns can be difficult, but it is also necessary for growth. In this way, the spiritual awakening is both an individual and a collective journey, requiring each person to take responsibility for their own transformation while contributing to the larger shift in human consciousness. Cayce also emphasized the role of love and compassion in this awakening. He believed that as humanity evolved, we would come to understand the importance of living in harmony with one another and the earth. This includes developing a greater sense of empathy and compassion for all living beings. As more people awaken to this truth, we may see a shift in how society operates, moving away from competition and conflict toward cooperation and unity. 5. Health and healing. The future of medicine. Cayce's predictions about the future of medicine were remarkably forward-thinking, advocating for a holistic approach to health that integrates the mind, body, and spirit. He foresaw a time when the medical community would recognize the importance of treating the whole person, rather than just addressing physical symptoms. This vision is increasingly reflected in modern healthcare, where there is growing interest in holistic and integrative medicine. Cayce believed that true health comes from maintaining a balance between the physical, mental, and spiritual aspects of our being. He advocated for the use of natural remedies, dietary changes, and mental practices such as meditation and positive thinking as essential components of a healthy lifestyle. Today, these ideas are gaining traction as more people seek out alternative and complementary therapies to enhance their well-being. The rise of holistic medicine can be seen in the growing popularity of practices such as acupuncture, herbal medicine, and energy healing. These modalities focus on restoring balance to the body's energy systems, which in turn promotes physical and emotional healing. Cayce's approach to health was also preventive, emphasizing the importance of maintaining a healthy lifestyle to prevent illness rather than simply treating symptoms after they arise. In addition to physical health, Cayce recognized the importance of mental and emotional well-being. He believed that unresolved emotional issues and negative thought patterns could manifest as physical ailments, a concept that is now supported by research in the field of psychoneuroimmunology. This emerging science explores the connections between the mind, emotions, and immune system, highlighting the profound impact that our mental state can have on our physical health. As society becomes more aware of these connections, there is a growing emphasis on mental health and wellness. Mindfulness practices, such as meditation and deep breathing exercises, are increasingly being used to manage stress, anxiety, and depression. These practices not only promote mental clarity and emotional stability, but also have a positive impact on physical health by reducing stress-related inflammation and boosting immune function. Cayce's vision for the future of medicine also included the integration of spiritual practices into healthcare. He believed that prayer, meditation, and other spiritual practices could play a vital role in healing. Today, there is a growing body of evidence supporting the health benefits of spiritual practices, with studies showing that people who engage in regular spiritual or religious activities tend to have better physical and mental health outcomes. 6. Technology and its impact on humanity. Cayce's predictions about technology were both awe-inspiring and cautionary, reflecting the dual nature of technological progress. He foresaw a future where technology would revolutionize many aspects of human life, including communication, transportation, and even consciousness. However, he also warned of the potential dangers associated with becoming overly reliant on technology and losing touch with our spiritual essence. In the modern world, technology has indeed transformed our lives in ways that were unimaginable just a few decades ago. The internet has revolutionized communication, allowing people to connect with others across the globe in an instant. Social media platforms have created new ways for people to share ideas, express themselves, and build communities. At the same time, Advancements in transportation technology have made the world more accessible, enabling people to travel farther and faster than ever before. However, Cayce's warnings about the potential downsides of technology are also becoming increasingly relevant. The rapid pace of technological advancement has brought with it a host of new challenges, including issues related to privacy, security, and mental health. The rise of social media, for example, has been linked to increased levels of anxiety, depression, and loneliness as people become more isolated from real-world social interactions and more consumed by virtual ones. Moreover, the constant barrage of information and stimuli from digital devices can overwhelm our senses and lead to a disconnection from our inner selves. Cayce's teachings remind us of the importance of maintaining a balance between embracing technological advancements and nurturing our spiritual well-being. This balance is crucial for ensuring that technology serves as a tool for enhancing our lives, rather than becoming a source of stress or distraction. Cayce also predicted that technology would have a profound impact on human consciousness. He foresaw the development of tools and devices that could alter our mental states and expand our awareness. In today's world, we see the beginnings of this with the rise of virtual reality, brain-computer interfaces, and other emerging technologies that have the potential to change the way we perceive and interact with the world around us. 7. The role of the United States in the future. Edgar Cayce's predictions regarding the United States are particularly compelling, as they speak to the nation's unique spiritual destiny and its pivotal role in the global landscape. He believed that the U.S. had a special purpose in the unfolding of human history, one that would require the country to navigate significant challenges while upholding its moral and spiritual values. Cayce envisioned a time when the United States would be tested in ways that would challenge its very identity. These tests, he suggested, would come in the form of social, economic, and political upheavals that would force the nation to confront its deepest values. Today, we see the U.S. at a crossroads, grappling with a range of complex issues that have profound implications for its future. The country's political landscape is increasingly polarized, with deep divisions over issues such as immigration, healthcare, and social justice. These divisions have led to widespread discontent and a sense of uncertainty about the nation's direction. In this context, Cayce's predictions about the importance of maintaining moral and spiritual integrity take on new significance. The future of the United States, according to Cayce, depends on its ability to uphold the principles of justice, equality, and compassion that form the foundation of its national identity. Cayce also warned that the United States would face challenges related to its global role. As a leading superpower, the U.S. has a significant influence on the world stage, and its actions have far-reaching consequences. Cayce emphasized the importance of the nation using its power responsibly, guided by ethical considerations and a commitment to the greater good. This includes fostering international cooperation, promoting peace, and addressing global challenges such as climate change and poverty. In conclusion, what does it all mean? As we reflect on the predictions of Edgar Cayce, it's clear that many of his visions are more relevant today than ever before. Whether it's the rise and fall of nations, the impact of climate change, the return of lost knowledge, or the evolution of human consciousness, Cayce's prophecies offer a unique lens through which to view the challenges and opportunities of our time. But what does it all mean? Are we on the verge of a new era of spiritual awakening and global transformation? Or are we simply witnessing the natural progression of human history? The answer, perhaps, lies within each of us. As Cayce himself believed, the future is not set in stone. It is shaped by our thoughts, actions, and choices. So, as we move forward, let us do so with awareness, compassion, and a deep sense of responsibility for the world we are creating. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the predictions of Edgar Cayce. Whether you see them as prophetic insights or intriguing coincidences, there's no denying the impact Cayce has had on our understanding of the future. If you found this video thought-provoking, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. And remember, the future is in our hands. Let's shape it wisely. Until next time, stay curious and stay enlightened.